What a beautiful kid that is.
Thank you.
What a gift
so
from God.
much.
Yeah.
She truly is. She is the biggest blessing. Hi, I'm Andrea. It's so lovely to meet you. I'm really grateful that you came out to our campus. Something that kind of has me like on the fence of whether or not I go kind of like full blown more like conservative or moderate is just seeing how
Give it up. That is a gift from the Lord, everybody. That is just beautiful.
Say thank you. But something that like I've seen and just reading things from like Candace Owens and seeing how like welfare has like really like destroyed like the family unit. I see that, you know, we're starting to save a lot of money from things such as like Doge and what they're doing to minimize government. But do you think that some of that money should go back to maybe like reforming the way that welfare is done to help poor families who do want to kind of pursue that American dream? So maybe such as programs like Healthy Start, or there's like a fatherhood program here in Tallahassee me and my family have benefited from to just, you know, promote the family unit.
I think, great question. The number one objective of any social welfare program should be, how do we keep the family together and put dads back in the family?
Yes.
That is the number one priority. We don't have to overthink it. Every number gets better for every community if dads are around. Every number gets worse when dads are not around. Unfortunately, in the black community, dads are the most absent of any community. About 2/3 of all black youth will be raised without a stable father around. And I know, it's crazy, right? And that little precious angel of yours deserves to have a father around. And, you know, for daughters and for sons, it's different things. For a daughter, that's a father figure to look up to say that is how a man should act, and someone that I ought to one day marry, someone that will protect me from a vicious world, and someone that makes me understand what strength and not brutality looks like, what justice but not revenge looks like. To have a father figure is a silent way of forming a child to be a mature citizen. And unfortunately, as we've removed dads from families, government has come in and has taken the place. So some people need help and they need social assistance. All of that should be about incentivizing the dad staying around, not the dad leaving. Unfortunately, with welfare, you can get more money for single mother assistance.
This is very true.
And so right, you agree. We're actually subsidizing single motherhood more than we are subsidizing family formation. And so I'm glad to hear about the fatherhood initiative. And if I may speak to the men out there, you are a coward and a petulant child if you impregnate a woman and abandon her. You have a moral obligation to stay with the women of your choosing, hopefully in the confines of marriage. This idea that men can just abandon women and, you know, leave the consequences without any responsibility has been a catastrophe for our country. So that's my answer, and I'll say this. The Democrat Party does not talk about dads at all. The Republican Party, we are talking about how men need to be men again, in the home, take responsibility, provide for your family, and with strong families comes smaller government and a better country.
Thank you so much. And I do, if y'all don't mind, I have one more question. Her dad actually wanted to ask this because this was something that to him and our family is really important. We enjoy being out in nature and things like that. So we wanted to know, like, what was your take on climate change? From what we've seen, a lot of conservatives don't tend to like subscribe to climate change, but what can we do if we are leaning more conservative to do things to just like promote like our, you know, national parks and like protect the land that is here? It's something that's especially important to us as Floridians.
So a couple things. We as conservatives get slandered a lot for acting as if we want dirty air and dirty water. That is not true. What is true is two things. We do not catastrophize climate change. We do not think it's the greatest threat to humanity. We think that global temperatures are slightly going up. We acknowledge that. We don't know if human beings are the main driver of that. The biggest issue is this, though. We believe human beings must always come above abstract animal rights concepts. Great example of this is California. In California, they had water issues during the wildfires, largely because they said that we must protect a delta smelt, a fish, above human beings actually being able to have water. When we talk about the environment, we as Christians believe there's an ordering to the environment. It goes as following: God, man, nature. We are above nature, but God created all. We are here to be stewards of nature, and the nature is there for us and for our purposes. But there's nothing biblical or good about polluting. There's nothing biblical or good about destroying the environment. But the distinction is important. We do not worship the earth. You might get closer to God in nature, but God is not in nature. This is a very important Christian concept. that God is not in the water, God is not in the trees, God is outside of nature, and God breathed that nature into existence. Why is that important? Because almost every pagan practice prior to Christianity and Judaism was the worship of the sun, the worship of the river, the worship of the earth. We believe that our God transcends nature and gave it to us as a gift to be able to flourish and multiply.
Yes,
Thank you so
certainly.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.